the way I became a student athlete at American University was obviously, since I was from Maryland, grew up in Maryland, I wanted to go to Maryland. But back in the 60s, 64 when I graduated, you know, the recruiting was nothing like it is today. Unless you were on a state championship team or whatever, you know, you were not recruited as big time as they are today. So Maryland came and looked at me, and they thought, I don't know if he can play in the ACC. So Christmas my senior year, Jim Williams, who was the coach at American University at the time, my coach at Blair was Ed Clemens, who also played here at American University. They told me at Christmas time that I was going to be offered a scholarship to come here. So that's sort of what happened. I jumped at the opportunity. I knew little or nothing about American University, but I loved every bit of it. And that's what happened. When I came to American University in the fall of '64, of course back then, freshmen could not play varsity basketball. You had a freshman team, which I still think today is a good transition for athletes. And if you want to be called a student athlete, which today that's you know, far-fetched idea, because mostly they're just athletes, not student athletes. But we all came together. We had like 7 or 8 of us recruited at the same time, and we became great friends, great teammates, and the experience was just unbelievable. The talent that we had, I thought, wow, coming from Blair to American University, we had a 7'1" center, we had 6'8", 6'7", 6'4", you know, all this size and talent, and I thought, gosh, how are we ever going to lose? But we did. The team we had my junior and senior year was outstanding. In fact, our best year was our junior year. We went 16-8. At that time, we were in the Middle Atlantic Conference playing LaSalle, Temple, St. Joe's, Navy, some of the other schools. And Art Beatty, the 7'1" center, and myself, we sort of became the 1-2 punch, if you want to call it that. And he was dubbed Mr. Inside, and I was dubbed Mr. Outside. And unfortunately, we didn't have the 3-point shot, but we still made do with what we had. We couldn't dunk either, so. But it was a great experience. The senior year was not quite as good as the junior year, but it was still a very good year. The way I approached the game of basketball went back to my junior high school days. And what happened with me was I became obsessed with the game of basketball. And I'll never forget when I was in 6th grade, I would always play with 8th and 9th graders, because I always felt like, okay, if I'm going to get better at this game, I got to play with older guys. And I could always shoot, but I just had this little one-handed push shot. And a 9th grader at the time that I played with on a regular basis had a tremendously nice looking jump shot. And he pulled me aside one night over on the playground, and he said, you know, Ray, if you're going to play basketball, I mean really play basketball, you got to start shooting a jump shot. So he taught me the mechanics of a jump shot, and I just went overboard with it, and it just became an obsession. But I had personal goals of wanting to make, you know, different teams and being a success at different teams. And when I came to American University, my goals were to, number one, have an outstanding basketball career, something that I could be proud of and that my parents could be proud of. And number two, I wanted to score 1,000 points. So those two goals were achieved in my career. When I was here at American University, we decided early on that to be a team, to look like a team, we needed to have an interesting look. And I don't really remember how the patch came about, but we all decided we were going to wear navy blue blazers. We were going to have the American University basketball emblem on our breast. and we wore gray slacks, and the topper was a navy blue French beret. So we wore that outfit when we traveled. And I still have a picture of all of us getting on the bus, going to the Palestra for the MAC tournament my junior year. So it was kind of cool. The 1967 overtime win over LaSalle was just an exciting, great moment in our basketball careers, because LaSalle, being from the Philadelphia area, and as was Temple and St. Joe's, I mean, the history of that basketball area was just unbelievable. And then them coming down and playing us, and we were actually ahead by 19 points. And what happened? Well, we squandered the 19-point lead, and the game ended up in a tie. And we came through at the end with some foul shooting and some outstanding play. Art Beatty, our center, had a record one-game rebound record that night of 32 rebounds, and he also scored 28 points. And I think I scored about 15, so between us we had 43 points. And but it was just an unbelievable victory for American University and our program. I got to participate in the track program at American University. It goes back to my senior year in high school. After I found out that I was going to be coming to American University on a full scholarship to play basketball, I historically always played baseball in the spring, all the way back to my elementary school days. And I thought to myself, well, you know, I'm going to be playing basketball in the fall. I don't know if I want to play baseball, but I want to do something. So I went to the track coach and I said, I want to be on the track team. What do you need? He said, what can you do? I said, well, I can jump, and I'm pretty fast. So he said, pole vault. And I said, no pole vault. Well, we had a state class triple jumper at the time on Blair's track team, and he taught me how to triple jump. And so I triple jumped, broad jumped, and ran one leg of the 400 relay. And so then when I got to American University, I felt the same way. I thought, well, I'd like to do something in the spring. I could be on the track team. And back then, there were not that many scholarship track people on the team. But one of my teammates from Blair came to American University to run. And so I decided, well, you know, I can triple jump and broad jump as well at American University. So that's what I did, just to help out. Getting a four-year scholarship to attend a university was just a really unbelievable opportunity for me. If I had not come here, I probably would have gone to Maryland as an undergraduate and studied. But and then, you know, then when you come to a university, unless you really know what you want to do in life, you know, you sort of think, what am I going to major in? Well, I was always very good in art, and I thought, well, I think I'd like to be a designer, graphic designer. So I majored in graphic design. And the interesting thing about this is Art Beatty, my teammate, was an interior design major. So he and I, the big and the short of the basketball team, we were in a lot of art classes together. So it was good. When I got the call from Jack Cassell that I was going to be inducted into the American University Hall of Fame, I was just overwhelmed. Mainly because I was 73 years old. I had almost given up hope. Year after year, I was disappointed. And but when Jack called, Jack talked to me about, you know, what had happened and not happened and things like that. And I just told him, I said, this is just making my day, making my year, making my life. And American University has no idea what this means to me. So, yep, I was pretty excited.